Up, everyone? I haven't made one of these videos in a minute, but we're gonna start doing these again. Well, podcast, YouTube, whatever the heck you wanna call it. Let's sit down and chat for a minute. I'm gonna share a workout at the end of this because I know people like to consume my workouts. So I'm gonna put that at the end of this video. It was a fun workout. It was a power workout. It was lower body. I'll show some of the exercises. I got a GoPro here. I use my phone a lot to film. I got some Meta glasses, so I'll be experimenting with different ways to share that content. This one's gonna be like on the GoPro partially. Maybe I did it all. It might all be on the GoPro. But some of it on the camera too, if we need to. For those who just want the workout, skip ahead. Skip by all this stuff. You can go right to the workout. Good power day. It was a snatch grip high pulls, jump and touch, some good rhythm stuff, some change direction stuff, some turn and run with a tennis ball. Really good workout. Check it out at the end if you want. It's for those. It's from my athlete training team. I do my own program. It gets me jacked and athletic. Let's go. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm not even flexing. That's crazy. I'm not even flexing right now. Not flexing. Great workouts. I'm a huge fan of them. I make the program. Of course I like it. I'm gonna go back to the gym and do my basketball program later. I probably won't have that on the video here, but whatever. So little updates. Let's start with the Iowa's most famous basketball tournament. Isn't that a great name? It might be Iowa's most famous basketball tournament. We had an awesome turnout the first time. For those of you not familiar with my page, I've been on social media for a long time. I'm not gonna give you the full rundown, but I just wanna play basketball. I train people in basketball. I like basketball. There needs to be more basketball for people out there. Basketball that matters. I wanna be in a situation where winning and losing matters. I like, games on the weekdays in a league because it's fun to stay in shape and run and do all that stuff. But it's just not the same. Like AAU was fun. I'd go to compete, trying to win, maybe some money, rooting for my teammates. I have come to the realization when I play in a league, I care so much about how I play. When I play in a tournament, I care so much about how my team plays because you want to keep playing. When you're in a league, it's like, man, you got a game tonight. If I take 30 shots and make none, or 30 shots and make all of them, it's only one game. But when you're playing in a tournament and you're trying to win, If I lose, I go home. So rooting for my teammates again was really cool. That was one of the biggest takeaways, really rooting for my teammates, rooting for our team, trying to win. I emphasize that because we don't have enough opportunities to win anymore. No more opportunities to lose anymore. We kind of just exist as basketball fans, which sucks. I finished playing basketball when I was 22 Division III basketball. And it was like, never wanted to play basketball again after that, simply because you knew there was never an opportunity to win or lose. It's just like, you played, you were done, you didn't make the NBA, and then we got to carry on with life. And you didn't even want to touch a ball again because you'll never have that taste of really competing. But this is the first time I've ever had replicated that feeling when I was in college, just really trying to win. Even more so than when I was in college, because you're not worried about playing time, you're not worried about impressing a coach. It's really pure form of basketball. An absolute blast. We had 14 teams. So what am I getting at other than just reminiscing on the glory days with you guys? Point is, we're gonna have another one November 29th to 30th. And in this one, we're hoping to get some sponsors behind us. I wanna share that process of building this out. So the first one, I went into it, made $0 myself. We just wanted to see if we could get this thing off the ground. We had minimal sponsors, teams signed up, they bought in, $500 sign up, $100 went to the pot. We had 14 teams. Some people donated some money into it because they're really nice people. Ended up being, marketing wise, I could only market $1,400, but it ended up being in totality $2,300 to pay up. I could only market it with $1,400. Brody League also stepped in and made it a qualifier for their national tournament, which really helped. They're really cool. Get some jerseys, really got off the ground. 14 teams, big deal for me. Really exciting. Each team had played a minimum of four games. I think my team played a total of six games. Absolutely fun, competitive, exciting. People were there, really loved it. But that was with minimal money. So now I'm trying to get some dinero here so I can market this, because I think if I make a $5,000 cash prize the winner, $7,000 cash prize the winner, let's dream big, $10,000, right? Wow. People will show up. You're gonna make some money on that. If you're a sponsor, a local sponsor of the area here in the Quad Cities, why wouldn't you do that, right? Imagine how much promotion you're going to get with me promoting this darn basketball tournament, using your name, right? If you put in the whole 10 grand and you're like, hey, this is Iowa's most famous basketball tournament, TBK Bank Sports Complex presented by blah, 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 fill in the sponsor. Every one of my promotional videos trying to draw teams in here is going to have your name on it. So that's what I really want to do. I talked to some people who are interested in sponsoring it, and some of them gave me some really good advice. And they were like, dude, just swing for the fences on some of your sponsors because that's probably the highest yield is. Now, we are going to have some junior sponsorships probably within that. You could buy a court. I want to do a 3-point contest, all that stuff. I think it's going to be really exciting. But why am I doing all this? That's a great question, my friends. I don't think social media is very social anymore, right? I think it's kind of the silly beast that exists where you watch people live a life you can't be a part of, you can't interact with, you don't know them, you don't get to know them, you just live in their curated reality. I don't like that. You don't like it either, probably. You want to meet people, man. Every single person who walked through that door of that gym, I shook their hands. I tried to. I might have missed a couple, but I'm pretty sure just about every single person I did. It means a ton to me. And I want to be in a situation where I can go do stuff that someone puts together, right? Bring in more basketball. That's exciting. That's what we could do here. We can do that, right? We as a team, as a unit of people who want to do this. And so like social media right now, it's like, it doesn't care about the creator. It doesn't care about the consumer. It cares about the content. It wants you stuck to the screen. It wants you glued to this thing. So you're sitting here just, constantly scrolling on your phone, flipping through it all day long. It doesn't want you to go play basketball. It wants you to be part of the machine or whatever the heck you want to call it. So it's just like, it's frustrating to me. It's like, how do we get around this? Well, let's make something tangible. Let's make something adjacent to social media, something that social media can foster but does not exist within social media. Basketball tournaments, adult cash prize. I like basketball. I train basketball players. It's right up my alley. I think it's a market that exists. Now, for you friends out there who like to do content creation and you create content, here's a little word of advice. I've been doing this thing since 2017. I got like 500,000, 600,000 combined followers across platforms. I don't even know how many. Point of it doesn't really matter how many you have because the algorithm changes so often. You do it long enough. Those followers, not all 400,000 followers see your stuff. They don't engage with your stuff. It doesn't really matter. It's just like this obsession with collecting numbers. No, dude, I want something that people can come and enjoy. So like if you're making content, you gotta realize that content, it's not about you anymore. That's why I'm making these videos, because I think this is one of the last ways I can connect with people. I think this is one of the last outlets where we can really connect and I can make stuff and you can go to my page and you can subscribe to my YouTube page and you can follow my stuff, and I'm gonna start making this consistently. It might not be 30-minute videos, it might just be 10-minute videos, 5-minute videos. I don't know how many minute videos, but I wanna document this process and share it with you guys because I wanna be on here with you guys, answer questions and make this a little bit of a community. So that's what we're doing here. Maybe I'll get more cringeworthy and actually film myself in the gym a little bit better, right? I'm kind of shy when I film myself. I stick these cameras up in the corner. Maybe I can do some video breakdowns, exercise breakdowns, and actually really do some more stuff on here. Maybe I can meet some subscribers and do some workouts with y'all. You get the idea of it. Moral of the story is 2017, I started making all this stuff on the Instagrams, and man, that world was so different. People used to go on websites. People would go on websites. Can you believe that? I don't know if you guys even go on websites anymore. People would, look at it as a job resume, applications. You could get jobs through social media. You could write stuff. You could show your intellect. You could show your value, show your worth. And now it's just all about getting down to the lowest common denominator of attention gathering, right? Who can garner my attention the most? That's what it's all about now. And that's not what it should be, right? I don't want to fight for attention with people who want attention. I want to fight for, I don't want to fight for anything, to be honest with you. I want to provide content people find useful. It's not a race to see who can, get you to watch my 3-second video the longest. That's ridiculous, man. That is horrible. I feel the effects of it. I feel like I can't even sit down and watch a football game anymore. My brain is clicking on 7-second algorithm stuff, and it's horrible, and I don't like it, and I feel trapped all the time, so it's not good. It's bleh. And you get on social media and you feel trapped, you get success on social media, and then all of a sudden you gotta stay on social media and the algorithm changes and you gotta bow to the algorithm. Oh, great algorithm, please bless me with views so I can sustain my online business. And you're like, what? What am I doing with my life? It's kind of sick at first. The first couple of years, this is dope. You're making some money, you get to meet people, you get to train people. Now you don't get clients through online anymore because it's just a different beast, man. You don't go to seminars anymore. We don't have that engagement like we used to. And I'm just an old head yelling at a GoPro in a kitchen as I finish my lunch, which was just a breaded chicken breast with some ketchup and a PB&J and a tortilla like an animal. Oh, eating for sustenance, not for taste. But here I am, and here you are. If you made it this far, this might be the platform for you, because we can do something here. And I'll share some stuff, and I'll break down some science, and we'll talk basketball, we'll talk hoops, and all that stuff in between. Today, I just want to talk a little bit about the old social medias and what it makes you feel like as a content creator. Because you feel like every single day you're behind. Right? You see other people doing better than you every single day. That's tough, man. All what social media is looking at someone who's more successful. Just encouraging you to make more stuff on that camera so people can stay glued to it. And you can have some fun with it, obviously, because you can nurture things. Like, we're growing this basketball tournament, which is huge. And maybe some playing some one-on-one, and it's brought basketball back into my life in a way I never thought it would. But there's a lot of negatives with it as well. So, I'll just share that with you. I'll end my rambling there, but I hope maybe you guys might feel the same. You guys might be some old heads like me, or maybe some youngsters who are like, I don't like the way social media is. This guy's just crazy, so I'm listening to him as he drinks out of a Pal's there's water in this coffee earlier. Portland, Oregon. Famous bookstore. Pal's Books. Yeah, so we'll get to the workout here at the end of this. So I guess it's workout time. Now I'll break it down real fast. So today's workout, we go through athletic starts. We do some really good movement stuff. The principles of how I train on this program are the same as the principles I train my athletes with. Now, this is condensed so it fits a schedule like me, not really the professional athletes. They got a little more time than you and I do. But the point of it is we want to move. We want to expose ourselves to high amounts of variability in our movement. We want to stand up fast, move laterally, change directions. Not everything needs to be pre-planned, right? You might do some athletic starts where you stand up and move really fast. You'll see those when I put the video together. Don't worry about it. You might not know now. We'll skip ahead. You can watch the full workout. I'll detail it there as well. Maybe I'll even do a voiceover. I'm just letting this thing fly by the seat of its pants. But we're going to do that. And then we get into the most important part of the meat and potatoes. You get the movement, high variability, all that fun stuff. Rhythm, coordination, timing, elasticity, minimal to low effort. Not low, minimal, medium effort. Moving to high intensity effort. Then we get into high intensity stuff. Jump and touch something and some snatch grip high pulls. Just back and forth. High output. So you might be like, Max, where's the strength work? Not every day you need to do strength work. Do you believe that? Can you believe that? You can emphasize being powerful and athletic without having to do strength work in a given day. And that's what we did today. It was an awesome day. Moving a $185 on some high pulls and trying to jump and touch something as high as I can. You're going to get more athletic. You're going to get powerful. Don't worry about the strength numbers right then and there. That's not the pursuit of that day. So I'll check the workout here, let it roll in a minute. Maybe I'll have a little voiceover. You guys can tap in as I do that. I think I'm going to have to put a little voiceover right there, playing a little bit of fun music in the weight room, kind of loud. We're probably going to get a copyright if I let it roll. So we got to let that thing be muted, and I'll talk you all through it. So peace out. Enjoy the workout. Appreciate y'all being part of this page. Let's make something out of this. Take care, y'all. All right, here's the workout as promised. So we start with some athletic starts. Now, I didn't show you this before, but I did some jump rope today. I like to start off with some form of a rhythm work, hops, skips, light movement. I program a whole bunch of stuff you can do, but today I just want to do some jump rope. They had some music on, and I jump rope to music. Yep. That's literally what I did because it's sick. Athletic starts. The idea of this is to get your body going. So we want to get up as fast as we possibly can. Be an athlete. Start in a weird position. Stand up. Run. Now, I'm not trying to accelerate as fast as I can out of these. I'm just trying to work on getting up and getting moving as quickly as possible. That's a really, really, really nice way to warm up. It really is. You should try it out. Not only made it this far, you might as well just try out my training team, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay if you don't. You can just take the workout here. A handful of sets, different positions. You kind of look crazy when you do this in the gym. I can think people are like, what are you doing? But you'll figure out, like, when you do this, oh, my hip doesn't move as well in this position, or I'm not as stable in this position. And that is a great, great, great way to expose it, because you're not going to get that kind of exposure otherwise. So after this, we move into a little bit more intense work. I'm actually trying to move as fast as I can here, but not a ton of distance covered. I don't know. It was maybe about 5 yards. It's a tennis ball turn and run. I'm trying to really work on getting out of my cut and then finding the tennis ball. The main acceleration or emphasis here is that initial change of direction. The tennis ball itself just adds a lot of fun because you're chasing after something. It makes it much more reactive. Now, the meat and potatoes of the lift. This is the snatch grip high pull paired with the vertical jump and touch. Now, you don't need a Vertec like I have here. It's just more fun to actually try and jump and touch something. I was aiming for about 10.6 today, And it actually worked up to about, I think, 10-7, 10-7.5, which is pretty cool. I did about 6 to 7 total sets. I think 10 was what I had programmed. I'm pretty pooped out from yesterday. I did a whole bunch of jumps and dunks from my absolutely electric, jacked, and athletic dad challenge. 300 singles on the bench press, and then 20 straight two-hand dunks. And I was definitely feeling it today, but we still got after it. I'm going to make a video on that probably another day. Maybe I'll try it again, or maybe do some other random, just absolutely animal-like challenge like that and share it with you guys. But this is the training. This is just really, really high-quality work. And I don't have a ton of time to train. I know you don't either. So if we're going to have a limited amount of time, we want quality to be centered around this. And when you jump and touch something and you try and hit it, you're going to try your hardest. And if you try your hardest, that's a really good quality rep. And you see me pissed off how I missed it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I was only supposed to do 2 reps, but the camo is rolling and I missed it. So I said, forget about it. Let's just do 1 more. Come on now, Max. Let's see if I get this. I actually don't remember. Kind of watching with anticipation here. Dramatic low angle. GoPro. So sick. Do I get it? I don't know. Come on. Jump, Max. Am I ever going to jump? Get up. Yeah, I got it. There you go. So that's the training workout. I appreciate you guys watching this. If you guys like it, share, subscribe, follow. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for we. Let's go.